I used to play a lot of video games, be it CSGO, Fortnite, or PUBG, or even World of Warcraft. And I realized that trading is just like a game. And in any sort of game, there are levels to it. And these are basically the levels inside trading. My goal is for you to get to this level right here. This is the ultimate level where you've kind of mastered trading. So let's go through each stage so that you guys can actually figure out which stage you are in right now. The first stage is what I call the unconscious incompetence. At this point of time, you are just purely gambling, honestly. You just started trading, you don't really have a plan. You are just trading based on your gut feeling, like just entering for a buy position when you see this giant green candlestick, or a sell position when you see this chart pattern or whatnot, right? Unconscious incompetence. At this point of time, you have this thing called the wrong intuition. The gut feeling that is telling you to enter for the trade, it's wrong, right? And chances are it's causing you to lose a lot of money because you haven't developed the skilled intuition yet. You haven't developed subconscious pattern recognition yet. So at this point of time, you don't really know what you are doing and you are incompetent as a trader. Now, you start learning about trading because you might be experiencing a losing streak. You might have lost all your hard-earned money and now you're so goddamn sick of being a freaking loser. So you start learning about trading, you start learning about, how to trade. That is when you get to conscious incompetence. You are able to analyze the charts, but then you're not drawing your trend lines correctly, you're not drawing your supply and demand zones correctly, so you end up just analyzing the charts wrongly. Right? And then at this point of time, right, it's normal to be in these stages, by the way. It's very normal to progress from this should be what your whole trading journey looks like. This is exactly how my trading journey looks like. All right. In my first year, or rather my first 3 to 6 months, I was mostly in unconscious incompetence. Actually, my first month, right? I'll say like my first 2 months, I was stuck inside the unconscious incompetence stage, right? Where I'm just gambling, trading without a plan, basically. And then my next 6 months, so this could be like my first 6 months of trading, I have learned how to analyze the charts, but I'm not really sure if I'm trading correctly, right? I might be buying in a downtrend and trading against the trend. Basically, my analysis is wrong, right? I might get so stuck in the smaller time frames that I fail to look at the overall big picture of what price is actually doing. I don't really understand the order flow of the market. And that is why my analysis is mostly wrong. And then after you keep on practicing, right, you get very good at analyzing the charts. You are able to look at any sort of chart, be it AUD, USD, Euro USD, Bitcoin, or even stocks, right? And come up with a bias on whether you should enter for a buy or a sell within 5 minutes. That is when you know that you have developed conscious competence, where you are actually quite competent as a trader. So this could be 9 months, right? It took me about 9 months to reach this stage where I have already read all the trading books or watched all the trading videos out there and studied a bunch of trading courses, and I finally figured out, okay, how to actually identify my point of interest, how to draw my key levels correctly, how to trade trend lines correctly, how to identify this candlestick and what this candlestick means, whether it means momentum or exhaustion. Conscious competence, right? You are able to analyze the charts and you know exactly what you are doing. You know exactly what price is going to do next. Conscious competence, right? Chances are most people, they stop at this stage, right? They stop at this stage. And if you stop at this stage, you never really get a sense of what trading mastery really feels like. Okay? Now, before this, right? So I will argue that even if you are at this stage where you are extremely competent at analyzing the charts and stuff, right? You could still be losing as a trader, right? You could still be losing money as a trader, even though you know exactly how to analyze the charts, because you haven't developed this yet, right? Most people stuck at this stage, right? They know how to analyze the charts, they have a trading plan, they follow the trading plan, but then they still lose money consistently. And they stuck there wondering, why are they losing? Why are they failing at trading, even though they know exactly how to analyze the charts? And there's only one reason for it, right? You don't have a proper trading mindset. Now, oh my God, trading psychology, you hear this shit all the time, but what does it really mean? Bear with me a bit, I'll get into that later. But for now, you're most likely maybe somewhere right around here, right? Within these 9 months right here, you could either be at this stage, or this stage. But the point here is you are losing and you suck at trading and you're struggling to make money in trading. Now, let's move on. Skilled intuition. This is the ultimate stage. You know how in the video games, you defeat all the mini monsters, the mini enemies, and then you eventually get to the boss level and you face the boss and you actually defeat the boss and you actually win the game. This is when you actually win the game and you get your trophy, right? This is where you actually win the game. Skilled intuition, it took me about, I'll be honest, it took me about 3 years. So you can see it's a big leap from 9 months, this is still in the first year, to 3 years. After 3 years, then I developed skilled intuition. It takes a very long time to develop a proper trading mindset. Now, what does skilled intuition looks like? Skilled intuition is where you have developed unconscious competence. This is where you are able to analyze any chart, right? Analyze any chart. And you have marked up your point of interest. And then your gut feeling will tell you exactly when to enter for the trade. Your gut feeling will tell you that, okay, liquidity is about to enter the market. You have seen this pattern before, and you have traded this pattern before, and it has worked for you before. So let's go. Let's execute the trade right now. And it's all based on my gut feeling, right? Yes, I could have analyzed the charts after following a plan, but then when I'm unsure about whether to enter for the trade, my gut feeling tell me whether I should actually enter for the trade or not. And this is when you can finally trust your gut feeling, because you have already have a ton of experience in the markets. You have already seen what has worked for you in the past and what has not worked for you in the past. And that is when you can finally trust your intuition, trust your gut. And this is something magical and it's very hard to describe it because you have to experience this yourself. It's that feeling where you analyze the charts, right? And then your gut feeling is telling you to enter for the trade because you have a lot of confidence that that trade is going to go in your way. Simply because you have seen this pattern so many goddamn times in your trading career and it has worked for you. Subconscious pattern recognition, gut feeling, skilled intuition, unconscious competence, whatever you like to call it, my goal for the trading gig is to get you to this level right here. Like I said, to get you from unconscious incompetence all the way up to, unconscious incompetence all the way up to unconscious competence. That is my goal for the trading gig. And that is why I spent the past 3 years growing you guys, teaching you guys how to become profitable traders, how to trade the right way, how to analyze the charts properly, all because I am building you guys your conscious competence. I'm trying to teach you guys how to analyze the charts the right way, how to identify the point of interest, the order blocks, your supply and demand zones, how to read candlesticks, how to understand what price is doing at what time and where is it going to go next. I'm trying to teach you guys conscious competence. And in almost, not all, but most of my videos, I also talk about trading psychology, talk about trading mindset, because I want to build this into you guys. Unconscious competence. And a lot of times, if you look at the unfiltered trading episodes, right, at the start of it is chart videos, is where I explain to you on the chart. It's kind of for me to lure you in, because a lot of you guys have the shiny object syndrome where you are looking for the perfect trading strategy, and then I will show you the trading strategy at the start of the unfiltered trading. But then when you translate to the uncut section, it's always me talking about the importance of having a good trading psychology, right? And it's because I lure you in. And that is my goal, right? To really make sure that you not only is extremely proficient at analyzing the charts, but you are also extremely competent when it comes to managing your emotions when you are trading. Because at the end of the day, this is all that matters. If you can develop this, oh boy, you will actually stop struggling to make money from trading. you will be able to make consistent profits from trading. Now, the question is, how do you actually get there in the shortest amount of time possible? Let me explain to you, right? So that is for trading levels, right? And really, I want to make sure that in this video, I provide you guys with as much value as possible for completely free. So make sure you watch till the end of this video. And I'm not saying this because I want to satisfy the YouTube algorithm or whatnot, but I promise you that if you can actually watch through this whole long ass video, I don't even know how long this video is gonna be. I'm just gonna make sure that I just say whatever I want to say and just teach you guys everything that I really know about getting to unconscious competence inside this video right here, right? So yeah, make sure you watch to the end, take down some notes if you need to, because this is really how you can benefit from trading, and that's the best way to learn, right? If you actually watch through the whole video and actually take down some notes. So this is what trading looks like, right? This is what trading looks like. In trading, there is no cap to the amount of money that you can potentially make. That means if you get extremely good at trading, you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars, or even millions of dollars, or even billions of dollars. Unlike a normal job, a normal 9-to-5 job, where you actually go to the job and then you get paid a certain amount of income every single month. 5K per month, 3K per month, and it's very hard to progress from the job to actually promote, right? In trading, there is no cap to the amount of money you can potentially make. That is what makes trading so lucrative. That means one day you could be making 5K, another day you could be making $100 only, but another day you could be making 10K. There is no limit, right? The sky is the limit. You're only your own limits. You are setting the limits on yourself. So in this case, let me show you something. Let me just use another color right here. If you do the right things consistently, day in, day out, you will get better as a trader. And when you improve as a trader, you will make more money as a trader. And this is what your trading journey will be like. At the start, it's going to be very shit, very shit, right? Shit trading journey, not really making money, but eventually you find a turning point, which I talked about in the last trading lecture, just like this. You find a turning point, you start doing the right things, boom, you skyrocket your growth, and you eventually master trading and unlock unconscious competence. And you will achieve an infinite compounding profits, right? This is a very beautiful stage to be in, right? This is, I'll say this is the good one, right? These are the good stage. But then, what about the bad stage? What about downside? Because every coin has two sides. There's always two sides of the same coin, two sides of the same story. That is why I want to argue about this statement that they say, practice makes perfect. Because I will argue that in trading, practice does not make perfect. Instead, practice actually makes what I call permanent. What does this mean? Just like I mentioned right here, in trading, if you consistently do the right things day in, day out, like following your trading plan, using the correct lot size, journaling down your trades, tracking your data, and thinking about how you can improve as a trader, you will grow and you will make more money. But the flip side is true. If you don't really give a shit, you are still trading wrongly. You are still trying to find the perfect trading strategy. This is what your account will look like. Instead of infinite compound profits, you go down to what I call the negative drawdown. Now, at this point of time, making a lot of money, at this point of time, you're losing a lot of money. So practice makes permanent means that if you are still doing the wrong things and you're not aware of the wrong things, no matter how much you practice, you will still continue to do the wrong things and you will still continue to lose money and you will never actually succeed as a trader. How the fuck are you going to be making money from trading if you are still making the same trading mistakes that you did 3 years ago? You won't. because you are not self-aware. You're not aware that you are making the same old mistakes over and over again. And when you are not aware that you're making the same mistakes over and over again, you will continue to make those mistakes and you won't be able to improve as a trader. And when you can't improve as a trader, you will continue to lose even more money, and you will eventually quit trading at some point of time. And you actually completely give up at trading, and your trading journey ends before it even starts. So, this is completely your choice, right? You can choose to be the winner, or you can choose to be the loser. Option A and option B. Whichever you choose, it's up to you. But I don't know about you, but I want to be the winner. I want to achieve freedom. I already achieved freedom, but I want you guys to achieve freedom. I want you guys to be on the winner side. So if you want to be the winner side, click on the subscribe button. So let me talk about how to become a winner. How do you actually monitor, how do you know that you're improving as a trader? And you are actually not really suck at trading. And you're actually somehow decent at trading. How do you know? Right? You do this one thing which I caught by measuring your progress. You need to measure your progress as a trader. And how you measure your progress as a trader is by analyzing your trades and looking through your data. So this is one trade, right? This is trade. Let me tell you, if you lose a trade, it does not mean that you are a shit trader. If you win a trade, it does not mean that you are the best trader in the world. In any sort of trading, right? Any trade has an insignificant outcome, right? It's completely insignificant. So the outcome is insignificant on every single trade. So you should not be judging your trading performance based on one trade or even 5 trades or even 10 trades in a row. Because at the end of the day, no matter how many trades that you lose, you are probably still somewhat decent at trading, but it's just that the market is completely random, right? Sometimes you can follow your trading plan, you can execute your trading strategy with a lot of discipline, you can follow your risk management plan, and you still end up losing the trade because the market is random. So we cannot really control this, right? So if you look at a single trade, right, it is completely insignificant. Next, that is when you can start doing your weekly analysis, right? Where you actually review through the trades that you have taken for the past week. And when you do this, you can identify any missed trading opportunities or any sort of mistakes that you are committing, right? By the way, this is really how you want to make sure that you actually review through your trades and stuff so that you can actually measure your progress to see whether you are improving as a trader or not, right? So at this point of time, weekly, you miss trades and you also review through your mistakes and stuff so you can figure out what is actually working and what is actually not working. And then you move on to monthly, right? So 4 weeks makes up 1 month, and at the end of every single month, I would actually recommend you to actually go look through all your trades that you have taken so far in this month and figure out what are the wins that you had this month, what are the biggest trading lessons that you learned in this month, so that you can figure out how to improve or rather adjust your trading plan and strategy, right? This is where you can figure out which trade setups have been working and which trade setups have not been working. And once you can figure that out, that is when you can adjust your trading plan and your trading strategy. Next, we move on to quarterly, right? So let me tell you something. Your monthly P&L is completely insignificant, right? It's completely insignificant. What I mean by that is that a lot of retail traders, what we do is that we focus on the monthly P&L. Just because we lost money this month does not mean that we are a shitty trader. Once again, remember the market is random and you always want to make sure that you play the long game because that is what trading is really all about. Playing the long game and sustaining in a game, preserving your capital so that you can stay in the game for the long run. And in that case, you want to make sure that you measure your progress quarterly as well. This is where, once again, you want to review through your monthly trading results, right? Your monthly trading results. And in this case, same thing as what I did here. You want to review through your trading plan and your trading strategy to find out what setups have been working and what setups are not working, so that you can continuously tweak them and fine-tune them so that it actually works for you and you can win more trade setups and you can actually replicate your wins as well. So quarterly. Next is annually. Now annually, this is where you can actually have the biggest trading improvements, right? This is where you have the biggest improvement when it comes to your trading results and your trading strategy, right? This is where you start looking through your trades that you have taken for the past year, and you find out like, okay, for the past year, I've been a completely shitty trader who is completely dog shit at trading, you know, just taking random trades and stuff. Then I can figure out, okay, what I need to improve as a trader. And when you do that, when you actually review through the trades that you have taken for the past year, and you find out what's the biggest trading lessons that you have learned, that is when, like I said, you move on. You level up in trading, right? You level up in trading. Once again, it's a complete video game, guys. Once you figure out what you need to do, and you actually start doing the right things again, that is when you level up as a trader. And that is how you know you can actually track your trading performance and actually find out which stage of trading you are at right now, and you can actually improve as a trader. Because if you follow this, right, if you follow this exact plan that I just given you right here to review your trades properly, that is when you know that you're one step closer to becoming an extremely successful trader. Now, even if you do all of this shit, there will always be one thing that's holding you back from trading success. And if you don't fix it, you will never ever succeed at trading. You can be extremely good at analyzing the charts, and you can develop your subconscious pattern recognition where you can listen to your gut feeling and it's correct. But if you don't fix this one thing, you will never ever succeed at trading. You will continue to struggle and continue to fail at trading. And no one in this trading industry is talking about this one thing. I don't know why, but not a single person in this trading industry is talking about this one thing, but it is so goddamn important. And I'm going to be the first to talk about this. So let's say this is the water. We have all heard of the quote that says, the tip of the iceberg. So this is the water, this is the water, right? This is the water, this is the water. So this is the tip of the iceberg. And do you know what's the tip of the iceberg? It is what we call your conscious mind. And what is at the bottom of the iceberg is what we call your subconscious mind. Now, why am I telling you all this shit? Because you must understand that the conscious mind is only taking up about 10% of your mind. And the subconscious mind is taking up about 90% of your mind. That means every single day, every single thing that you do, every single memory that you have is dictated by your subconscious mind. And only 10% is by the conscious mind. This is extremely important for you to understand, because the underlying problem, the root cause of all the trading mistakes that you do is most likely due to subconscious mind. It's most likely due to this 90%, this bottom of the iceberg that you don't see, right? The conscious mind is thinking about how you can tweak your trading strategy, your trading plan, very, very rational, logical things, you know, like how can you improve as a trader, all the steps that you need to take as a trader. But once again, if you don't fix your subconscious mind, if you don't fix your emotions, if you don't fix your trauma that you have last time, you will never ever succeed at trading, because you will always end up sabotaging yourself. Even if you start making some sort of progress in trading, you will end up sabotaging yourself and your progress will be completely wiped out. Right? This is true. I know this because I experienced this myself, and chances are most of you guys has experienced this as well. When you start making a few $100s on your small account, right? This could be like a $500 account. You start experiencing a few nice profits. Then you get overconfident, or a part of your subconscious mind thinks that you don't deserve these profits, you don't deserve this win because you have not earned it yet. And then you start taking a trade that is way too big for your account, and you suffer a big loss, $1,000, causing you to wipe out your entire account. All because your subconscious mind is destroying you without you actually realizing it. So let's talk about the subconscious mind. What does the subconscious mind actually do? Quite simply, the subconscious mind, right? There is simply three functions to it, all right? There is simply three functions to the subconscious mind. Now, this is extremely important, guys. I can't emphasize how important this is in trading. Because like I said, if you don't fix this, nothing you do will ever works. You can continue to find a perfect trading strategy, but you will still not make money because you have not fixed the underlying root cause of the problem, which is your subconscious mind. So subconscious mind consists of the memory mind. Right, so this is where you store all your memories. All the memories that you have as a child, all the memories that you have as a teenager, all the memories that you have, like all the long-term memories that you have, be it your dad brought you to the ice cream shop when you are a kid, or your family brought you to this Disneyland when you were a kid. Basically, the memory mind. This is actually where you store the memories. Second function of the subconscious mind is that it is also an emotional mind. Oh my god. God damn it, guys. I fucking suck at this shit. Emotional mind. So this is where you feel all the emotions when you are trading. Be it greed, anger, doubt, fear, confidence, lack of discipline. All of this comes from the emotional mind, or rather the emotional section of the subconscious mind. And then next one, we got our protective mind. The protective mind is actually what's protecting you from danger, right? What's causing the flight or fight response? When you see a big fucker, when you see Andrew Tate in the road and he's walking up to you, big man, and looking you straight in the eye, in case he's about to punch you, you fucking run away. Protective mind. Or another thing is maybe that is why you see that when there's like a car like going towards a toddler, right? You will suddenly see the mom, right, having super strength or some shit, superhuman strength or superhuman speed, and just run, dash, and just hug the toddler and run away to the side of the road. Or the toddler is stuck at the bottom of the car, and you see the mom having superhuman strength suddenly, like a weak, she's normally like a weak, short little Asian woman or some shit, and suddenly have superhuman strength, lift up the car and save the baby. Protective mind. And it's a very powerful thing, right? That is how powerful your subconscious mind is. Because if you can develop a proper subconscious mind and you direct it to the right things so that you can actually make use of it and take advantage of it rather than letting it control you, that is a very powerful thing to do. So the one thing that I really want to talk about when it comes to the subconscious mind is actually just one word. It's actually just one word. And chances are it is probably holding you back from success, holding you back from everything that you want in life. And it's causing you to self-sabotage yourself and think that you don't deserve success. The one word is trauma. Trauma. The one word is trauma. I realized that once I was able to somewhat like resolve my childhood trauma, I was able to unlock my fullest trading potential. I was able to truly master trading and my emotions after I have figured out how to deal with trauma. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit like emotional. I've probably never shared this on my YouTube channel before, and yeah, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna say it. So I did this practice called integration recently, right? this integration recently is where I actually confronted my trauma that is deep within me, right? In order for you to understand that, let me just explain to you guys in a simple terms. So when I was actually 13 or 14 years old, so this is me at 13 or 14 years old, I was always like the smallest kid in school, and I probably weigh about 25 kg, or rather 30 kg or something like that. Because I was extremely short and extremely skinny. Like I was short and skinny to the point where I was completely malnourished. Because my family was extremely poor back then, and I don't want to waste money on food during lunch break and stuff. So I wanted to make sure that I skip lunch so that I can reuse the allowance for the next week. And sometimes I'll just completely not eat anything during lunch, and I won't even eat breakfast as well. So I just starve myself to death because I wanted to save money for the family. That is why I was completely malnourished, and I was probably about like 145 cm or something. This was my height at the age of 14 years old, right? Completely short and completely skinny. And as a result, I tend to get bullied back in school. And I remember there was this one day where I was taking a bus, right? Taking a bus back home, right? So school has ended. I hop onto the bus, and I remember I was taking 185 or some shit. That's the bus number to go back home, right? I was on the bus, and I remember, you know, the bus that's like the second layer, the second level, right? So I took up the staircase, and then I went to one of the front row seats, and I sat right here. So I sat right here on a bus, listening to my music, NCS. I think it's the non-copyright sound, you know, the EDM era and shit, right? And then I pull out my phone and I started playing one of my favorite games, Growtopia. Probably don't know if you heard of it, but Growtopia is like this game for nerds, or Minecraft, or if you like to call it. So I was playing game because I was like genuinely just addicted to games at a point of time as well, right? Like I mentioned at the start of this video, I was addicted to games because I had some sort of family issues and stuff, and I just wanted to escape from the reality. So I was playing games right there, and then suddenly there was two Malay guys. Okay, I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but there was two guys who actually sat behind me, right? They actually sat behind me right here. Two guys from my secondary school actually sat behind me. They are a little bit bigger than me, like a little bit like gangster-ish, right? And the school that I was studying at that point of time is a school filled with a lot of gangsters, a lot of hooligans and delinquents right there. So these two guys, right, they're about the same age as me, or even 1 year older than me, my senior, right? They sat behind me, and I just disregarded it. I just continued playing my games and stuff. And suddenly I felt a slap on my face like that. One of the guys from the back has slapped me in the fucking face. And I didn't do a single thing because, once again, I was skinny, I was short, I couldn't fight back to him. And there was two guys as well. So I sat there, I was like, what the fuck? But I didn't really say that because I was very timid, I was a coward back then. And then I just continued playing my video games and just pretended like that didn't happen, so that they will actually stop bullying me and stuff, and they will just leave me alone. Right there. And then this lonely kid, this miserable kid, went back home and he cried and cried and cried. This is just one of the many cases where he was bullied in school. Another story. I had a best friend when I was around 13-year-old or 14-year-old, I can't really remember. Best friend, right? I always follow him around a bit when he go to the canteen or the bookstore or in class. I always following him around, and he was quite frankly my only friend. He was a little bit buffer than me, right? Not really a little bit, but he's a buff guy, goes to the gym and shit. And then I'll never forget this, but one day we were going down the stairs and going to canteen, right, for our lunch break. And suddenly I said something that is like mildly like offensive to him. Maybe not even mildly offensive, like just a friendly like joke and stuff. And suddenly, this guy, strong guy, my best friend, kicked me in the face. Kicked me in the face. I just walked away. I felt extremely betrayed back then. Once again, this 14-year-old guy. This was me when I was 14 years old. I was bullied back in school. And this was just the tip of the iceberg. These are just one of the less fucked up things that happened to me. At a very young age, I had to handle a lot of responsibility because my family had a lot of issues as well. We were not only poor and broke and we couldn't get by, but it's also because that my father had some sort of mental health issues. I remember he had like bipolar or some shit, and he actually went to the mental hospital, and that actually added up to all this, right? It was just adding up to this fire, right? Adding up to this fire and stuff. And this fire was my depression. From the age of about 14 to about 16-year-old, right? I was completely depressed. I was broken. I was insecure. I always wished that I could be from a rich family and I probably wouldn't suffer this fate. And I always wished that I was a little bit taller than an average kid and I actually had like eat more so that I wouldn't get bullied in school. And it just keeps on adding. So all the fucked up stuff keep happening to me over and over again, be it getting bullied back in school and having family issue, and then I had a crush, but my crush rejected me, and then I have shitty grades back in school, and then I was addicted to video games and con 18 plus materials. All of this shit was fuel to the fire, fueling my depression. And I cried every single night. I swear to God, I'm not kidding to you. I actually sleep with my father, right? So this is me on the same bed as my father, and this is my father. And my father, he will always sleep before me. And then I will, every single fucking day, I will cry myself to sleep. Imagine that every single day, I'll cry myself to sleep. And then there's a small little window in my room. And I always would think about how I would unalive myself. Because I simply had no purpose in this life. This was my childhood trauma. And this is, like I said, I don't want to share too much right here because I believe that there are some things that's better left to be kept private because it's really fucked up and I don't wish this upon my worst enemy. This was all part of my childhood trauma. And what does this cause? What is the result of this? I worked extremely hard. I started going to the gym because I wanted to get strong so that I can actually protect myself against the bullies. I started working extremely hard at trading and in business so that I can make more money so that my kids don't have to go through what I go through. And I can actually retire my parents. Trauma is a very powerful thing, guys. And if you don't actually confront it, and if you actually don't face it, you will never actually succeed at trading. And I mean exactly what I say. And that is why I realized that this whole time when I was actually like working so hard at trading, trying to master trading, is most likely because I wanted to protect my younger self. I wanted to protect this little boy who has been bullied and is broken and is insecure and lonely. I wanted to protect him. So remember the practice that I talked about, the integration? So this is more of like shadow work already. Like this really fixed me. What I did was that I put on a noise cancelling headphones and then I started to close my eyes and then I listened to the songs that I listened to when I was 14 years old. And I literally went into this abyss and then I saw the 14-year-old me. And he was like sitting like this and just crying like this. Crying like this. And I actually went up to him, right? This is me, right? I imagine myself going up to this 14-year-old boy, reaching my hand out to him and just holding him up and tell him that you did it. It's okay now. You made it. You should be proud of yourself now. I have everything I want in life right now. My parents are almost retired. I've made $1 million. I've achieved freedom in life right now. And I have a purpose in life, most importantly. I have a cause right now. I am serving millions of people by teaching them right now. I'm able to speak now. While back then I couldn't even get a sentence out of my mouth because I was so scared to speak. I did it. I told him I did it. And I remember it's been like damn long since I cried. It's probably been like 1 year since I cried because the last time I cried was when I broke up my ex-girlfriend. On that night where I did this integration, I cried my ass off. I literally couldn't stop crying. Like the tears just kept trembling down my eyes and stuff, where I imagined myself hugging the 14-year-old me and telling him that everything is okay now. Fucking hell, I swear, it's like, it's an experience, man. And after I did this, I realized that, damn, I actually did it, right? I look at my silver play button and I'm just like, fuck, this was my 14-year-old's dream. He wanted to be a YouTuber. He wanted to have a 100K play button. This was his dream and I did it. And it's all because I worked extremely fucking hard to get to where I am today. So that is your subconscious mind, right? And the reason why I actually share with you guys this is because I will actually recommend you to do something like this, right? Integration. So that you can actually heal that part of the childhood trauma. Because if you don't actually do that, right? You see the younger self that I showed you just now, he will always self-sabotage you. And I realized that's what I've been doing for the past few years. Whenever I achieve some sort of success, I will always purposely push myself down the hill. And I will purposely self-sabotage myself because my younger self felt that I don't deserve this success. And that is why you need to go through this yourself, right? Find out what is your trauma. Instead of run away from it, confront it. Go back and tell your younger self that it is okay. You have made it and you should be extremely proud. And use it as a motivation. Use it as a fuel, right? That there can be two guys with the exact same trauma, but one can grow from it and one can actually get destroyed by it. And it's really up to you which one you choose, whether you choose the winner or the loser. So that is the point of this video. I wanted to make sure that you guys really get down to the subconscious mind because like I said, literally no one is talking about this. I don't know why, but not a single person in this trading industry is talking about this. Your subconscious mind is so goddamn powerful and it's actually what's creating your thinking and your beliefs. And your thinking and your beliefs leads to your actions. And your actions create your reality, which is the results that you're getting. So if you still think that you are not worthy of becoming a successful trader, if you believe that, then you're going to commit the mistakes that's going to cause you to lose money, revenge trade, over trade, forcing trades when there is no opportunity. You're going to commit all those mistakes. And when you commit all those mistakes, as a result, you're going to get exactly what you put in. You're not going to make any money. You're going to continue losing and you're going to continue to struggle at trading. You can see it's a whole ass funnel, guys. If you don't fix your subconscious mind, you don't fix your belief, you don't fix your actions, how the fuck are you going to get your dream life? You're not going to get a dream life. So like I said, that is how the subconscious mind is actually limiting you and holding you back from success. But at the same time, it can work for you as well. If you believe with all your heart that you can succeed, your mind will automatically start to think of the actions that you need to take in order for you to get one step closer to becoming successful. When I was broke, when I had $50 in my bank account, I always believed the fact that one day I will succeed. One day I will have 100K subscribers on YouTube. One day I'll be able to serve millions of people. One day I'll become a master at trading and be able to make consistent profits from trading. I always believed that even though I have $50 in my fucking bank account. And when that happens, I start to believe in myself, I start to focus and I start to be extremely disciplined because I have a vision in mind. I have a place, I have a destination that I want to get to. And right now it's all about putting in the work day in, day out, every single day to get me to my vision. And as a result, I did that. I put my head down and worked for 3 years, 4 years, and I never looked back up. continuously still and learning how to trade better, how to improve as a trader, reviewing through my trading mistakes, my trading plan, thinking about what can be done so that I can optimize my trading performance, so that I can become the best version of myself. And as a result, I did. I made over 6 figures from trading. I have over 700,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm about to reach 1 million. And I'm a millionaire at the age of 21. I'm extremely proud of whatever I've came and accomplished so far at such a young age. And that comes with a lot of responsibilities as well. I've over like 20 employees under me right now. I've provided them with consistent income so they can earn money as well. I have friends around me who are getting stronger and fitter every single day and getting more mentally tougher because they surround themselves around me and they're making more money. I believe that I'm a net positive for this world. Subconscious mind is the key to success. So take some time and review about this and think about whatever I've mentioned in this long as 46 minutes video, and just think about how this can apply into your life and what you need to do next in order to take your trading performance to the next level. And if you can do this, I guarantee you that you will start to suck less at trading and start to struggle less at trading, and you will eventually make more money from trading. And yeah, if you love this type of whiteboard lectures where I'm just completely raw and authentic, like I've shared something that I've never shared on this YouTube channel before, just completely honest and unfiltered with you guys. And it takes a lot of courage for me to share whatever that I shared just now without crying on camera, because I really don't want to fucking cry on camera. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think about these whiteboard episodes, because I really enjoy making them, and I really believe that it's not the chart trading videos, it's not the videos that is hyper edited with a lot of dopamine and a lot of edits here and there that will teach you guys and change your life the most. It's these unfiltered whiteboard videos that will really change your life the most, right? Where I actually try to provide you guys as much educational value as possible, and this will really change your life. So if you can do this, it's not just going to improve your trading, it's going to improve your life. You're going to make